Hey folks, it's Lindsey Hudson with SPS back in the building over at the Horatio Williams Foundation, the Tip-Off Classic. We just had another great game on this two-day card. We had Detroit King win 52 points over Catholic Central, 45 points. And I got the man, Coach George Ward, right here, my guy, holding me down all the time. I don't know if we just be having our regular conversations that turn into interviews that go on the internet.
That's right, because you my guy. So.
You my guy too, man. I appreciate it. Well, let's just talk about what this matchup was like for your team, because it wasn't just an open and shut case against Catholic Central.
Oh, of course not. You know, when you're going into the basketball season, especially in high school, you want to play against any and everybody that's tough. Mm-hmm. And Catholic Central is a very tough basketball program, as you can see. They're expected to do a lot this season. So for me, I'm saying, hey, man, let's see where we are. Mm-hmm. And oftentimes, coaches concern themselves about their record early.
Sure.
Everybody gets into the state tournament. So
right.
I don't care if I lose a game.
Right.
You know, they don't even give out good trophies in December. So.
Those trophies not even worth having, right?
Yeah, so I think for us, I think UD, Catholic Central, Grand Lake, those types of schools are good gauges for you.
Right.
You can really see where you are. More importantly, more than where you are, you can see what you need to work on so you can get playoff ready. Because in the playoffs, you're going to see Catholic Central.
Yeah, you are.
You're going to see these type of teams.
Right.
There's no sense of hiding from them.
That's good. So kind of going back to what may sound like just a simple answer, but why is it that so many coaches are concerned about record compared to preparing themselves for a long season?
Well, you know, oftentimes they talk about confidence for their younger teams and something like that, so I can't knock it. Mm-hmm. We're going to get confidence by winning, by playing the right way,
sure.
by being successful. You can be successful during the course of a basketball game even when you lose.
Sure.
So you got to take some positives from it.
Okay.
So for me, even on the other night, we took some positives from the game. I look at my team, I recognize, Lindsey, we won a state championship 2 weeks ago to the day in football.
Yes, you did.
I've had maybe my full team for 4 practices.
Wow.
So I went to call a play tonight, and I said, oh my God, they don't know it. So even at the end of the game, where we typically would milk the clock, run some back stuff, we couldn't do it.
Right.
So I had to get the ball in Chauncey's hand. Mm-hmm. I had to say, okay, let's not turn it over. Mm-hmm. Let me put it in the hands of somebody that I know knows how to win, and he's going to will us to a victory. Even with some of the missed free throws, he did a great job defensively, and the team did a wonderful job defensively down the street.
Yeah, what a great segue. Chauncey Willis, man, you know, there's so many storylines about him. Of course, the tragedy that he is battling through that we want to keep supporting the man, but also, you know, standing as a champion, you know, and still being able to be the man. And just, you know, a game ago, 36 points out of what, something, 41, 42 scored. Yeah. So I guess I have to ask a question that some people in dark corners may ask. Yeah. Is that a good thing that you have a player scoring 36 of your 42 points?
Absolutely. He needed it. Our team needed it. And actually, had he made about 5 or 6 more of those layups that he took, he would have won the basketball game.
Wow.
But here it is. I've been coaching so long that I can't tell you when I haven't had a team that had 4 players in double figures. Minimally, we always have 3.
Yeah.
And sometimes to a fault. But, you know, the one thing that I told Chauncey is when he was 10, 11 years old, he said, I'm coming to play for you. And he never wavered in that. Mm-hmm. And I said to myself, and I said to him, I said, you know, you're going to be better. Now, there's some guys who came into high school that was ranked ahead of him. Mm-hmm. Now, we can act like it's not true.
Sure.
But I know I've seen some guys that were supposed to be better than him coming into high school.
Right.
And I told him, I said, by the time you're in the 10th grade, you'll be better than him. That's not
Wow.
And statistically, he really started to flourish last year.
How did you know that he would be better than some of those guys by the time he was a sophomore?
Because of what we do every day.
Okay.
And his will to get better.
Okay.
For a young man to tell me at 10 or 11 years old, he said, Coach, I'm coming to play for you. And he ended the statement with, I want to get better.
That's a rare thing.
10 or 11 years old. Well, the people around them just think you get better through osmosis.
Sure, just being there. Right.
You get bigger, stronger, faster. So actually, we may get better, but fundamentally and from a mental standpoint, we don't get better.
Sure.
So when you look at some of the guys that have played this game in our city that were supposed to be superstars, we really didn't get them prepared for the next level.
Sure. Yeah.
And their game didn't translate to being successful at the next level. So Chauncey can go to somebody's campus next week and play in a college game. If a college coach gave him a blueprint and said, I want you to run this, He knows everything to run about offense, and he understands defensively what he's supposed to do from a man-to-man perspective. So for him, he's a gamer. He's a winner.
Sure.
So every day he tries to get better.
Sure.
Yesterday we were in practice. I'm going to one-up you. At 7:30 in the morning yesterday, Charleston LeBron Willis Jr. called me. At 7:30, he said, Coach, push us today. And we typically will go hard the day before a game for about an hour.
Sure.
He said, let's have a long practice. Push us.
Let's have a long practice. Push us.
Charleston LeBron Willis Jr. said, let's have a long practice. Push us. So for him to secure the state championship game with a catch on 3rd and 8.
Yeah, that was huge. That was there.
For his body to be sore, for his ankle to hurt every day, but for him to still say, Coach, I'm good. So I'll take him out of practice sometimes. Say, okay, somebody get Charleston. He said, Coach, I'm good. He's earned that right.
Wow.
Because he's not selfishly motivated.
And sometimes the player that has that kind of entree with the coach can use that to get out of practice compared to staying in.
He's never tried to get out.
Yeah. I just thought about this. Maybe I should have followed the Jeopardy format and posed a question, because what you just said, talking about Chauncey, was going to help me with saying, make a case for him for being a house round Mr. Basketball.
He should.
Why should he, Coach?
He's a bona fide winner. He's won the district championship every year that he's been in high school. He's played in the regional. Every year he's been in high school, he's been in the Final Four. He won the city championship last year. Some of the guys that are playing in the Big Ten right now, he's beat them.
Sure. In the Big Ten, he's beat them.
He's beat them.
Some guys who are playing today.
Some guys is playing today. He beat them and beat them pretty good. And they're a hell of a player.
Sure.
They deserve to be where they are.
Sure.
But you can't tell me that this young man, who as a sophomore, I'm telling you, as a point guard, I'm strictly talking about from a point guard perspective.
Sure.
He's been the best point guard in the city of Detroit since he was a sophomore. And now he will probably average in a system upwards of 26 to 28 points per game.
Wow.
In a system. Not where he's going to come down and just shoot it every time.
Sure.
Not where he's not going to be held accountable for defense.
Sure.
Not where he wasn't told today in a very affirmative, strong way, move the damn ball.
Right.
Don't overdribble.
Right.
But for him to do all of that and to take us to near the promised land, there's no way he's not Mr. Basketball. There's a lot of hell of a candidate.
Sure. So let me ask this for people who say that George Ward can be objective. I know you can. Who say that George Ward is biased because this is his guy.
Yep.
Tell me what a knock, fair or unfair, is on Chauncey right now. Something that can be worked on, or something can be the issue that they can say why he shouldn't be.
He needs to play hard every play.
Okay.
Sometimes if you're too smart on the floor, you do too much thinking, and you know how to take a shortcut.
Sure.
So that's where I am with him now. See, for me, when my players get to the 12th grade, and I know, most of them going to college. You look at it. You got 2 players right now that were all GLIAC last year.
Right.
That were hallway kids.
Mm-hmm.
They were hallway kids.
Mm-hmm.
This young man here is extremely special.
Mm-hmm.
So for him, let's not take a play off. Let's make sure you maximize your day by playing hard every single play.
Sure.
Do not go to college with a habit that they feel like they need to break. We want to eliminate every bad habit that he has.
Wow.
And that's what we're doing right now. We're working on that together.
Look at that. Just being completely vulnerable, shining the light on things that can be worked on. Coach, you had a great win today. It's going to be a few more great games. Just tell me, just in a brief amount of time, where do you see us going with the culture of basketball being back post-COVID and talking about going and people trying to make their way to East Lansing for the Final Four?
So, you look at a crowd like this today. It's wonderful.
Yeah,
it's a wonderful venue.
Yeah.
You got the college coaches here. But the one thing that I know, I think the college coaches are even excited again to come out.
They got a little bit more energy. They re-energized to get back out here.
They got a little more energy. So now they're not waiting on the prognosticators to tell them who's good.
Sure.
So, I look at some of the rosters and I'm thinking, my guy's better than him.
Mm-hmm.
But my guy, because everybody doesn't get 25 points a game.
Mm-hmm.
So does that mean he's not as good a player as the other guy? No, it doesn't mean that.
Mm-hmm.
We try to make sure our players are very efficient.
Mm-hmm.
And efficiency at the next level, when they look at their scouting reports, when you look at the stat sheet, it's funny because you see the term efficiency.
Sure. Efficiency rating, yeah.
And college coaches do not have the time nor the wherewithal to try to teach you how to play.
You got to come ready.
Mm-hmm. So I tell my guys all the time, and I tell Chauncey, I said, now listen, next year when you go to college, if you want to get taken out of the game, Don't make the extra pass. Don't play hard defensively. Don't make your rotations. Take a bad shot. Don't take the charge. Don't communicate defensively, and don't be a good teammate. The college coach will keep you off the floor. So I think for me, my job now, we've got enough trophies.
Yeah.
But I want to win this thing. I want to win this thing for the King community.
Sure.
I want to win this thing for the city of Detroit.
Sure.
And I want to win this thing because I want people to understand how basketball can really be played the right way and you still can get it done.
I love it. I love it. Yeah. I love it. We got the Coach George Ward. He's going to teach you about basketball. He's going to teach you about life. And if you got a problem with it, come see it. He'll tell you why you feel that way, you know?
Man, and I love you. I love you enough. And that's the greatest thing about it. I love our people. I love this community. I love to tell the truth. Sometimes we go along to get along.
Yeah.
Hey, look here. If I'm going to be beneficial to you, then, hey, you can be mad at me all you want.
Sure.
And this is one thing I tell my players in closing. I would much rather have Chauncey mad at me today at 17 than mad at me when he's 27.
Oh, saying you let me down, Coach.
I let him down.
Yeah.
See, you have adult males that are in this building today who are mad at their high school coach because they didn't maximize their talent. They didn't make them do what they were supposed to do to get prepared for the next level.
Sure.
I'm not going to do that to my guys. And sometimes it's not going to sound good. Sometimes it's not going to taste good. Sometimes it ain't going to feel good. But in the end, you'll be better off because of what the program is doing. And our coaching staff is tremendous, man. And I couldn't do this without them. And our parents. I love our parents for believing in us, believing in what we do. And look at it. We got everybody on the honor roll with the exception of 2 young men. So,
wow.
Man, I love what we do. And I'm gonna go to the depths of hell with these guys.
Yeah. Well, Detroit King is a championship culture all the way around. Got Coach George Ward here. Appreciate you. We're going to keep building. It's always a good time sitting down with you. This is Lindsey Huddleston, SPS. We'll get back next time. Okay?
Proud of you, my brother. You're doing the thing. I always tell you that.
I appreciate it. All right. See you guys next time. Peace.